Android Auto demo for the Cadillac CTS years 2010 to 2015. In this video, Apple CarPlay.
Mode. Once in an interface mode, go ahead and press CarPlay. CarPlay is appear on the screen. This 100% original CarPlay, just like found in any other car that is 2018 or newer. You get full touchscreen, just like would be in 2018 Cadillacs. Everything is controlled through the original touchscreen, and we're going to show you how everything works.
In this video, Android Auto.
Android Auto demo. Press and hold top left of the screen to enter the Android Auto or the interface. Click here and you enter in the Android Auto.
In this video, HDMI smartphone mirroring.
And you have your HDMI. HDMI mirroring is very easy. Just like in your home TV, whatever you connect to HDMI, you will see on your car screen.
In this video, camera operations.
Cameras can be operated automatic or manually. In the interface mode, press and hold top left of the screen, and you got 4 camera inputs.
This is a two-part video. Part 1 is product demonstration. Part 2, product installation. NavTool, established in 2002. See description below video for product information. Must expand description section if watching this video on a mobile device. This is a demo of iPhone or Android smartphone mirroring with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto plus 4 camera inputs. Interface is compatible with Cadillac CTS years 2008 to 2015. This interface does not replace factory radio or factory screen. This interface enhances the factory screen with features like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, HDMI mirroring, and extra cameras. All factory features work the same as before. This interface is see-through, meaning the vehicle does not detect that the interface is installed in the car. This product is made and manufactured in the United States. Please support American jobs. This product is a 100% automotive-grade product. Apple CarPlay feature of the interface.
Apple CarPlay demo. Set the radio to auxiliary. On top left corner, press and hold for a few seconds, and it's going to switch into the interface mode. Once in an interface mode, go ahead and press CarPlay. CarPlay is appear on the screen. This 100% original CarPlay, just like found in any other car that is 2018 or newer. You get full touchscreen, just like would be in 2018 Cadillacs. Everything is controlled through the original touchscreen, and we're going to show you how everything works. This button returns back into your menu. This button obviously gets out of the menu. Press and hold to re-enter the menu. Now, when you're in here, and if you accidentally switch by using the audio button on the panel, you can switch back to auxiliary. And so, when you basically connect the phone is going to connect. Apple CarPlay is going to get recognized by the phone. It takes just a few seconds, just like in any other car. Apple CarPlay appears on the phone screen. Apple CarPlay is booted, and you go into the Apple CarPlay mode. So now, Apple CarPlay would always stay on. It doesn't matter even if you want to get out and watch the camera, or if you want to get out and let's say you want to adjust something at factory and go back into the interface, the Apple CarPlay will be ready for you. You got your 3 recent applications here. So we got the phone calling, tuning radio, and maps. If you go into your phone settings, because we have a lot of applications, and you go into your general, and then you go into CarPlay, you can rearrange the icons. So in your menu you have all your icons, and you can rearrange them any way you like. So if you want, let's say, maps to be the first ones, go ahead, switch, and the maps, once you press down, it's going to be the first on the screen. Okay, so if you want to move the maps into the third location, first location, first location. If you want to bring some of the other apps to the front, let's say you want to have Google Maps, and some other app, or you can click reset, reset home screen layout, and it's going to reset. So I want phone, maps, messages. So you have an ability to rearrange icons any way you like. You can swipe to switch the screens, but there's a faster and easier way, which is you see those dots. So if you press on the bottom right, it switched to the right. You press on the bottom left, I pressed the home button by accident, but press on the right screen, swipe to the right, left, swipes to the left. Super responsive. If you go into the phone, and let's say, let me just show you. Let's say you want to dial the number, right? Look at the how responsive the screen is. 212-555-1212. No lag, no anything. Everything works just like it's supposed to. Alright, let's say you want to listen to the radio or you want to change the station. Your tuner radio is right here. Recent application, you press, go into your favorites, select anything you want to hear. You can click now playing and see what is already playing. So we got Planet Perfecta playing already, station. You can use the volume from the steering wheel, make it louder, or here, make it louder or lower. You can also say, hey Siri. Siri comes up and you can tell her whatever you want basically. It's gonna ask you, let's do it. Hey Siri. Pizza.
One option I found is Ray's Real Pizza, which averages 3 stars and is moderately priced.
So basically everything works just like original. You have now playing on the home screen. Whatever audio apps you're running, when you press on here, it's going to take it to your app. You can pause it, you can play it. Now, one important thing to remember, Apple CarPlay exists only inside your phone and your phone only. It does not exist anywhere else. So which means today, 20 years from now, it will always work the same because all updates happen inside your phone only. They do not happen anywhere else. So basically, if Apple decides to add 20 more apps, you will get 20 more apps that same second. Today or 20 years from now, you never have to worry about updating anything here. Everything updates inside the phone. When it's updated in the phone, instantly it works here. There is nothing to do. As long as Apple in business and they have CarPlay, this will always work the same, and you don't have to worry about updating anything. iOS 13, iOS whatever version comes out, it's automatically here. So, you got Google Maps. You go into your Google Maps. Obviously, you have your settings, and you can change layouts and everything. This is CarPlay just like in 2018 car, no different. Let's get out of here and let's go into Waze. Can't touch the screen today, so Waze is loading. Waze has loaded up on the screen, and you can click over here on the bottom right, and you can do police accident. So if you want to report police, for example, you can send a report. If you want to send an accident, you can send a report. So everything is just like original. You can do the voice controls if you want to. So it's listening to you now. Take me home. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't have my home address, so. But it's all 100% like original. If you want to call someone, again, you got your favorites, recent, contacts, keypad, voicemail. You can call directly from the thing. You can hang up directly from the thing. You have the microphone. I mean, CarPlay supports all the apps that, Apple support. They got 5 pages of applications. So we got the regular apps from Apple, with your phone, Apple Maps, Messages, now playing, go back to get out of here. Audiobooks, and then we got a bunch of apps. So we got 2 radio station apps. We got Amazon Music, Audible, AdBat, Audiobooks, Audio Boom, Dash Radio, Free Books. We got Google Maps, and you can put it on the front page if you like. You got iHeartRadio, Mixcloud, NPR Radio, MyTuner Radio, NBA, NPR One, Overcast, Pandora. I got Play Music Radio, Disney Radio Haven, radio.com, Slacker, Soma, Spotify, Stitcher, Tuner Radio, Waze, WhatsApp. So basically, everything that Apple approved as an app, so if tomorrow they approve new app, instantaneously it's going to work here. You don't have to do anything. Apple CarPlay only exists inside your phone and nowhere else. Everything is here, all the updates happen here, everything only here. So basically, you got same Apple CarPlay that would be found in 2018 car. You got the same experience. Technically, you never have to go back into your original stuff. You got your audio, you got your radio if you want to listen to the radio. So basically, that's everything you need is here. You want your Waze, you go into your Waze. You want to get out of the Waze and you want to choose any other application. You want to go into Google Maps, your Google Maps, everything. You never have to go into your radio, into your factory menu, because everything you need is here. You can control the volume. You got all your applications, so pretty much there's no reason to get out of here. You start your car, press and hold top left of the corner, get into the Apple menu, and that's it. You can put your iPhone anywhere you want, and you're enjoying CarPlay, and whatever apps are available, you know, they're going to appear here. So Pandora if you use it, Spotify if you use it, everything is here, and all the apps, you know, this is how CarPlay works. So a lot of people don't know that, but watch this. You see, this is my home screen. If I was to launch an app, let's say Tuner Radio, see, Tuner Radio launches right on my phone. If I would press home, it would take me home. If I would launch app, it would take me here. And basically the interesting part is, if you use Waze, they give you a special menu on the screen of the phone, and you cannot use Waze on the phone anymore. Just give you that special Waze screen, and everything is from here. I don't know why they do this. Usually apps don't, for safety reasons, because Apple wants you to be safe, but you got true CarPlay experience with all the features. If you're driving, you want to report the traffic, go ahead, monitor traffic, and submit it. You want to report traffic, go ahead, stand still, and submit it. You want to report hazard on the road, construction, go ahead and submit it. Everything is just like original. There is no difference. And that's it. Just go ahead and enjoy it. And if you want to quickly, you in Waze, you want to quickly change the radio, you go back and you want to do local radio station and you want to listen to something else, let's say, you know, this station, you go ahead. You're already listening to a different station. That concludes the demo of the Apple CarPlay.
Android Auto feature of the interface.
Android Auto demo. Press and hold top left of the screen to enter the Android Auto or the interface. Click here and you enter in the Android Auto. In Android Auto mode, you got your get out menu, so click this twice. Return to, this gets out of this menu, so you can get out into the main menu and let's say, you know, watch your left lane, watch camera. Press to go back in. This is your home screen where you got all your stuff. This is your audio app, so whatever audio applications you have here, this is going to be playing and you will hear it through your car speakers. So we can go ahead and press play. Press pause, press play. You got your menus. So if you got other applications, they're also going to work. Okay. Over here, you got your maps, and you can choose between Google Maps and Waze. So if you press on the maps, you got your Waze right now. This is your Waze application. You got all your menus here. Over here, you can press, and you can do anything you like. So if you want to report police, you press to report police, visible or hidden. So you want to report visible police, it's going to report. You got your traffic, crash, cameras, you know, you can report your hazard. You got all your options just like, you know, Waze on the phone that you use. Keep in mind, Android Auto exists only inside your phone. You never have to worry updates or anything else. 100% of it is inside the phone. You can go back to your home screen, or if you're in Maps and you want to change, you go ahead and you change to Google Maps, and you can have Google Maps right on your screen. You got all your Google Maps menu over here, and you know, it's all here. Updates or anything, all in here. And when they release an update, it's gonna automatically go into here. So basically all the apps. So right now you got a choice between Google Maps or Waze. If you have Android, you can use either one of the application. You got your audio apps, whatever application you install. So if you install other applications here by pressing this button, you can have more applications. You got your weather and home stuff in here, and then you got your phone calling and stuff. So basically you press, you can dial the number 212-555-1212. Keep in mind, unlike CarPlay, Android Auto requires for the car to have Bluetooth. So if you don't have Bluetooth, you'll have to install a Bluetooth device in your car, because Android Auto calls only through vehicles existing Bluetooth. And for that reason, you will need to have one. So if you want to listen to your music, again, all your controls work. Play, pause, probably, I don't know if they have a next song, but as a demo, it's probably like one song. Yeah, just one song as a demo. So this pretty much concludes the demo. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is identical to any car, just like in 2018 Cadillac you would have Android Auto. This is the same thing. You get same Android Auto in this car. There is no difference, basically 100% just like original, controlled through the card screen. And you never ever have to pretty much use original stuff anymore. You got everything. You got your two navigations, Android Auto or Waze. You got your Google Maps or Waze. You got all your applications as far as audio applications go. You got your phone calling. You never have to get out of this menu. You get into the car, you press top left of the screen, get into the menu, and that's it. And if you want to get out of this menu, press this twice. Let's say you want to check out your right camera. Right there's your right camera. And then you want to quickly get back into Android Auto. Right there, you get into Android Auto. You can go into favorite apps and listen to your music, Spotify, Google Play, or any other application that you may have. And one thing again to remember, all apps are here. So if Android Auto allows more applications, they're automatically going to transfer here. If there's going to be more navigations, they're going to be transferred here. More music apps, they're going to be transferred here. So everything that they will have, it will all be transferred here. So if you have an Android phone, and if you have two phones, Android Auto or iPhone, you can connect either one, it will automatically appear. That concludes the demo of Android Auto.
HDMI mirroring feature of the interface.
HDMI input smartphone mirroring demo. Press and hold top left of the screen. We're going to enter the interface, and you have your HDMI. HDMI mirroring is very easy. Just like in your home TV, whatever you connect to HDMI, you will see on your car screen. So, what do we have? We're going to show you a couple of different applications. Just connect to your phone. The phone's synced up to the screen. And we're going to basically show you, depending on the phone, so you press HDMI, your entire phone is mirroring, so instantaneous. You can do Android or iPhone. We're showing you iPhone, but HDMI is HDMI. You can go on to Netflix. You can play Netflix. Netflix is going to appear on the screen. Keep in mind one thing, all new iPhones, look at this. Double tap, you see it changes here and there. That's how mirroring works, whether you connect to your home TV or anywhere else. You zoom out, it's going to zoom out. You zoom in, it's going to zoom in. You can do Netflix, you can do Hulu, you can do DirecTV, whatever else you have. So I actually have DirecTV application, DirecTV. So if you have DirecTV and you're hanging out and you have nothing to do, you can go ahead and play your DirecTV. So you got your movie right there on the screen. You got full screen movie and it's playing.
stakes couldn't be higher. Every state, every seat, every voice. Join Lester Holt, Savannah Guthrie, and Chuck Todd with
So,
Tom Brokaw and
look in some commercial, you can change the channel. There's going to be a cartoon right there.
For too long.
Change the channel again. Nickelodeon.
I'm sorry, she just doesn't feel
Change the
like it.
channel again. So basically, if you have like any of those TV applications, you have TV on your screen. And see, as I keep changing the screen on the app, change it here. See next channel. You see it's black here because it's playing there. Next channel. Next channel. And keep in mind, it's all in HD quality.
Impacting agriculture in rural America.
Next channel. Next channel. So now you have TV in your car basically. Without back in the day TV tuner, this is modern day TV.
running for president.
But only when forced to.
You get your audio through your car speakers.
Who runs the world has $1,300 on.
As I'm changing channels, you see they load up and you can see them on the screen. I'm just going through random channels.
And that we get to laugh about and cry about, and I mean,
So basically, this is just like HDMI input in the back of your TV. But in the car, you can use Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, or any other TV application. So right there, you got your TV app in the car.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What would make Sonic's Golden Soft Pretzel Twist a great meal?
What?
A cinnamon sugar pretzel twist after.
And that concludes the demo of the mirroring application. Or HDMI input.
Camera operation feature of the interface.
Okay, how to operate cameras. Cameras can be operated automatic or manually. In the interface mode, press and hold top left of the screen, and you got 4 camera inputs. If you don't install any of the cameras, everything will work as before, just like factory. We installed in this car all cameras just for demo purposes. You don't have to install any of the cameras. Right lane watch camera. It is designed to see blind spots. We installed the camera, it's not adjusted to show anything. It's just there to show you the capabilities. So we have a right lane watch camera, you got right side of the car. You got lines, you can get camera with or without lines, and you adjust it any way you like to see the right side of the car. You can move it further out to see the whole lane. We're just showing you that it is possible to see. Right, you can quickly switch cameras over here on top, but this is your right lane watch camera. To get out into the main menu, let's say you want to go back to your CarPlay, for example, you're going to press here. Now, it depends what you're trying to achieve. So we are going back into CarPlay, and that's what we want to see. But you're driving, and let's say you want to watch right camera, you just press right camera. As you drive, you just keep watching the right camera on the screen. Press in the middle to get out into the main menu. Now, left lane watch camera, same thing. Press the left lane watch camera, you got lane watch camera. You can get camera with lines, without lines, pointed anywhere you like. Typically, it's good to see the entire side. You put the camera in the mirror, under the mirror, and it shoots the entire angle just like the picture shows. And you're going to have a left lane watch camera. And again, if you want to get out and go back into the CarPlay, right away, go back into the CarPlay. Now, right and left lane watch camera can operate automatically with turn signals. Put the right turn signal on, right lane watch camera comes on. Put the left turn signal on, left camera comes on. If you don't install any of the cameras, just ignore it, and with the left and right turn signals, nothing's going to change. This is front camera. We installed the front camera. Again, it's not adjusted. You got some distance lines. And front camera can, as you drive, you can watch it. You can switch quickly between all your cameras or get out again. And when you get out, you can go into any other mode. Let's say if you want to go back into your CarPlay or Android Auto or mirroring. Now, basically, front camera works for parking. When you put the car in reverse, the factory aftermarket camera comes on. When you put the car back into drive, front camera stays on up to 10 miles an hour, and then it automatically shuts off. Rear camera. You got rear camera on the screen. Again, you can switch through all the cameras very fast as you're driving. Rear lane watch camera, or rear view camera actually in this case, on the screen automatic in reverse. If you have factory camera, you will see factory camera on the screen reverse. If you have factory camera and you want to watch it while driving, you either A, have to install another camera, or B, you have to rewire completely factory camera because it gets power only in reverse and you're going to have to supply power to it constantly. We give you an RCA wire and a harness, so you don't have to do anything up front, but the camera itself have to be rewired if you wish to watch the factory camera while driving. So again, you got 4 camera inputs. If you want to use it for DVD, you can use one of the camera inputs for DVD, and we can turn off all the text on the screen. So rear camera, automatic in reverse, factory or aftermarket. Front camera, you can watch while driving, or it will work out of reverse into drive up to 10 miles an hour. Left lane watch camera. You got left lane watch camera and left lane watch camera. You can watch while driving or with left turn signal. Right lane watch camera. You can watch while driving or with the right turn signal. To get out of the menu, press the power button.
Part 2, Product Installation. Step 1, Vehicle Disassembly.
Using panel removal tool, remove this wooden panel and this wooden panel. Once the panels come out, this panel just pops open so you can get access to the 2 screws that are on the bottom over here. Let us show you. This is a very simple task. Just take a panel tool, insert it into any place you have. Insert it right here. Comes out. So on the other way, and it comes out. It's very easy. There's nothing holding them. And then this panel just pop up, shift the gear, and then you have these 2 screws you can access, because you're going to have to remove this panel in the next step. Using removal tool, simply remove the wooden panels that are found on left and right side of the screen of the panel. Simply take the tool and they simply pop right out. They just have clips holding them in the back. However, keep in mind the panel on the right hand side, after you remove, you have to pull it to the right a little bit. As you see, they have 2 hooks, but it's also just clips. So just work your way through the entire panel to get it removed. To remove the faceplate, simply remove those 2 screws that are found here. Once the screws are removed, the faceplate simply pulls out because there's nothing holding it. There are no screws anywhere else, and remove 2 connectors that are found here for the front. One connector is here, and one connector for the cigarette lighter. This removes the front fascia. To remove the radio, remove the 4 screws holding the radio, and the radio will come out to gain access to the back of the connectors. To remove the screen, simply remove 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. Once you remove the screws, the screen will simply come out, and you can remove the connectors from the back of the screen. Once the screws are removed, simply remove the radio, unplug 3 connectors from the back of the screen, and the screen is removed. That's all. This assembly is complete.
What's in the box?
Now that we have radio removed, let's see what's in the box. We have the Made in USA interface. On the interface, we got main connector that's going to give you CAN data, audio, video inputs. We got 2 digital connectors. The one on this side, that's the radio side, so the radio. And the one more towards the inside is the cable for the screen side. Now that we have radio removed, let's see what's in the box. We have the Made in USA interface. On the interface, we got main connector that's going to give you CAN data, audio, video inputs. We got two digital connectors. The one on this side, that's the radio side, so the radio. And the one more towards the inside is the cable for the screen side. On the other side, we have your HDMI input, we have your USB charging, and Apple CarPlay Android Auto port if you're installing Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, programming port, status LED, future use port. This interface comes standard with 4 camera inputs and HDMI input. We can also pre-install Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with touchscreen controls, so there's no separate box, it's all going to be all in one. We'll pre-install it inside for you, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto module, so you'll have all-in-one interface and you don't have to connect 2 or 3 interfaces together, and it will work with factory touchscreen controls. So we got the main interface. Next, we have the harness for the main interface, the harness that plugs in into the main interface connector, so it plugs in right in here. On the main interface harness, you got 4 camera inputs, or you can use them for video, 2 audio outputs that's going to be connected to the main harness, so you can have auxiliary audio in the car. You got 14-pin connector that is pre-populated that connects to the plug-and-play harness, and you got 14-pin auxiliary connector that has just 6 wires in it. That is your microphone input. Then we have the harness for your microphone input. This is the harness for your microphone input. It has the remote input, which you don't use, you only need the microphone input. We have the microphone itself. You got the microphone. The microphone mounts with the clip. You can mount it behind the mirror, anywhere else. It has a clip, and so it's discreet, and it has a lot of wire. So you route the wire. You're gonna route the wire inside the ceiling. So your headline, you're gonna pull it down. You're gonna run it through the pillar under the dash and behind the radio. The wire is long enough. You put the clip in, and basically you're gonna, so your headliner, you mount this inside your headliner, so this goes inside your headliner basically, and the wire is going to go up into the headliner so you don't see it. You're going to put it behind the headliner's edge. Then you have the 2 digital cables. The digital cables that connect in here, they're both identical cables, so it doesn't matter which one you use for radio screen, they're both identical. You just need to plug them into the correct ports here. And then you have the main plug-and-play harness in the box with your audio inputs and everything else. So this installation is 100% plug-and-play. So now let's proceed to the actual installation.
Step 2. Product installation.
Do not forget to program the interface. All interfaces are shipped blank as they need to be configured by the installer or end user. Programming process will take less than 1 minute and can be performed using Windows or Mac computer.
How to update the software. It doesn't matter what you're updating, whether you're updating camera interface, video in motion interface, wireless mirroring interface, or Apple CarPlay interface. The process of update is identical. Updater works on Mac and Windows-based PC, so we have for both Windows and Mac. To update, you need a cable like this. It's a standard cable. One end of the cable is micro USB, and the other is a standard USB. This goes into the computer, and the micro USB goes into the interface. Connect this end into the computer, Mac or Windows. Connect the other end into your interface you're updating. Again, any interface. Once the interface is connected, information is going to appear on the screen, and install desired software. Just for the test purposes, we're going to show you how to update it with Cadillac CTS software, Video in Motion, and hit install. So now it's installing and shows you progress bar and a percentage. So it takes only seconds to update it. So you download the updater from the website for Mac or Windows. That's going to take you approximately 60 seconds. And then the update process takes only another minute or so. This is how to update the interface. So we're showing you the update process. And the entire process only takes less than a minute. Okay, the update process is done and it's 99%. It says do not disconnect. In about a second, it's going to tell you that it's complete and you can disconnect the interface. There you go. Device settings updated and you're done. So entire update process takes only about 2 minutes. You download software from the website for Mac or Windows, about a minute, and update takes another minute. And all you need is a cable like this. So USB cable to micro USB. First, let's install the microphone. So what you want to do is you want to take the microphone and you want to mount the microphone to the headliner. So let's go up to the headliner. Alright, so this is your headliner right here. And so what you want to do is you want to pull down on the headliner a little bit. We're going to show you right here. And this clip is going to go into the headliner, right? So you see, if you look at it, if you look at the microphone, you don't even see it anymore. Now the wire is going to go inside the headliner. So you're going to pull down on the headliner, put your wire through, and then you're going to run your wire all the way through the headliner, and then you want to bring it down this pillar all the way down. And then you want the microphone, the end of the microphone, this end, to end up over here behind the dash for you. And you are going to plug it in into the main harness. Next step, you want to take one of the digital cables and you want to plug it into the screen. The factory cable you no longer need to use, because originally you had this cable run from here into the radio. Now we gave you two identical cables. So previously you think of it as they were like this, right? Connected as a single cable, something like this. Now the video is going to go into the box, so into the interface. So basically from the radio into the interface and out to the screen. Because the screen, everything you see on the screen is in this radio. We don't really care about this radio. We're using the screen as a monitor to project the HDMI or Apple CarPlay, Android Auto camera inputs. So at the end of the day, the screen is no different than the screen is found in your house. We're just giving you the inputs that are missing from the factory that are kind of found in the back of your home TV. So you want to take one of the cables, one of the two digital cables. They are both identical, so it doesn't matter which one you take. Take one of the two cables. You want to plug it in into the screen, and we're going to reinstall the screen. We're never going to close the car full until we test everything, but we're going to slowly reinstall and start testing stuff. So we're going to take the screen and plug one of the cables that we supply with into the back of the screen. Got the port over here for it. And then black and gray also plug in the back. So black and gray also go back into the screen. And then we want to reinstall the screen into its previous location and secure it with the screws that you previously removed. So just secure with a couple of screws on the side so the radio screen does not fall out. And we got the cable run here, so just go ahead and secure it, and that's it. Okay, that cable is installed, plugs are reconnected. We're going to continue. We're going to take the supplied plug-and-play harness. We're going to unplug the matching connectors. So we have two connectors like that. We're going to unplug them from the back of the radio. We're going to plug in the factory connectors into the matching female connectors of the supplied plug-and-play harness. And the male connectors of the supplied plug-and-play harness we're going to plug back into the radio. So it makes 100% plug-and-play installation. Okay, so back of this radio. Let's go to the back of the radio. We need to install the main harness. So we need to move it out. Now you have a shifter here. If you didn't remove it, you want to protect the shifter with a piece of cloth. When you pull the radio out, you don't want to scratch the shifter. So you pull the radio out, and on this side of the radio, you'll find two matching connectors. You need to find these two connectors right here, gray and black square. So pull the radio out. They're on this side over here. One is on top, and one is on the other end. So you got one here, one here. So I'm going to pull everything out to show you, but you don't have to do that. So these are your connectors right there. So the black one, and then right there at the end is the gray one. Let me show you. Behind this black one is the gray one that you need. So you're going to take the second digital cable that we gave you, the blue one, and you're going to plug it in here. The factory one you no longer need to use. So you take the supplied cable, plug it in. Take the supplied black square cable, plug it into the back of the radio. Once you plug it in, you have the other end, and in here you're going to plug in the factory cable that you unplug from the back of the radio. Now you're going to go ahead and take this one, and you're going to plug it in here into the back of the radio. And then you have the other side left over, and you're going to plug in the one that you unplugged previously into the one that we supplied you with. So the only thing that should be left unplugged is this one. Everything else, whatever you unplug from the back of the radio, must go right in. So the antennas or whatever else you unplugged must be plugged back in. So from the plug-and-play T harness, you have this left. This is your T off. That's going to plug into the main harness that we supplied you with. And the audio RCAs on the main harness that plugs into the interface are going to connect to the audio RCAs on this harness. You got two RCAs. Those are your audio inputs. This is how you're going to hear audio through your car speakers from Mirroring or Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So let's connect those together. So in the main harness, you want to open up the tie wrap that you have here installed. So you can open up the harness because you want to hide the module elsewhere. So you're going to open up the module harness. This end, where all the wires are populated, you're going to plug in here to the T harness. Now, on the main harness plug that plugs into the interface, you got two RCAs. We're also going to connect all four cameras. While this car has a rear camera, we're going to connect front, left, and right cameras. If you're not connecting the cameras, you don't have to worry about those RCAs, but for the demo purposes of this video, we are going to connect all the cameras. So in that case, you got to run all your cameras to the module where somewhere in the dashboard. You're going to plug in 1 and 2, so the audio RCAs, and then the two other ends plug it into the main harness, 1 and 2. Alright, so that completes your installation. We want to slide the radio back in, and we're going to connect the interface and start testing. Also, if you're planning to install the microphone, we gave you this harness for the microphone. On the main connector harness, you got this little harness right here. This is where the microphone is going to be connected. So you want to plug in into this little connector right here. So on the main harness, you got this little connector. This is where the microphone harness is going to plug in for the microphone. And then the label that says right here, it says microphone. You're going to plug the microphone in here. Alright, so basically this is your connections. And we're going to slide the radio back and start testing everything. Only after you test everything, you do a test drive and you know everything works, only then you permanently close the car. You don't want to start closing the car, maybe something's not plugged in right, something's not connected right. You want to test everything 100% before you start closing the car. So let's start sliding the radio back into its place. You have plenty of space in the back. When you finish everything, you can start doing beautification, everything else. You need to clear out the wires, but for now we're just gonna put the radio back into its place so we can test everything out. I recommend routing all the wires to the side. So on the side behind the carpet is probably the best location for the module, because the wires are long enough to drop down there through the openings and just have it sit there. But for the test purposes, we're gonna have everything sitting up front, but that's where I recommend putting everything to the side over there. On the right side, you have enough space. You can route your wire over here, put it to the side, everything can go in there. So I went ahead and routed all the wires to the right anyway. They're right there. They through this opening, because I'm going to put everything on the side behind the carpet. And now we can slide the radio back into its place. Put the radio in. Don't forget, this is your wire for the front panel. Do not hide it behind the radio. This black with white connector, this is the front panel connector. Slide the radio back in. Now the wire that I routed from the back over here through the front, do not route it this way. Route it from the back to the side. Not route it from the front. This is all for testing, because we're going to remove it and make it all nice before we close the car. But this is just for testing purposes, so, you know, at this point it doesn't matter how it's routed. We're going to hide the wires in the back. We're going to push them through. There's enough space so the radio can go into its location. And this way we can test everything out. Now we want to make sure that we connect everything right and that everything works. So you're going to take your module. You're going to plug in the main harness in here. Cable that's coming from the screen is going to go in here, and cable that's coming from the back of the radio is going to go in here. So let's plug it in. Main one. We're going to plug in the screen side, and then we're going to plug in the radio side. After you plug everything in, you might want to hear a sound like that, or if after ignition on, you heard the beeping sound, which means it's getting the data. You want to put the ignition on and you want to see the screen come on. Now, if the screen does not wake up automatically, you want to reconnect the panel, shut the ignition off, reconnect the panel, put the radio on, bring on the screen. Alright? Next thing, you want to start checking everything. You want to set the radio to auxiliary. Front auxiliary input is activated, so we did activate that. And once that activated, let me get it to the screen so you can see. Alright, so let's focus on the screen. So front auxiliary is activated. Your car must have auxiliary for the auxiliary to be activated. If you don't have auxiliary, it's not to activate, obviously, but if your car has auxiliary, we will activate that for you. So aux is working. You want to press and hold top left of the screen for it to switch to the interface. So that's what we're going to do. But first you want to set the radio to auxiliary because that's how you're going to hear the sound from mirroring or anything else. When you press and hold top left of the touchscreen, the interface should switch over. If you have factory review camera, put the car in reverse, see if your camera works. In this car, we're actually adding a camera. There is no factory camera, but we're going to show you when we install the camera, but particularly what we're going to do is we're going to press and hold top left of the touchscreen, and it's going to switch. Now you're in the menu of the interface. Keep in mind, one of the wires in our harness have a label cut if screen is blinking. If you switch and the screen is blinking, on our harness there's a wire, you just snip it in half. So now you want to test to make sure that everything works. You can plug in iPhone or Android, or if you're doing mirroring, you're going to plug in something to HDMI input, or both, and your cameras. Keep in mind that this is the interface of this is the menu of the interface. To get out back, press and hold here. To switch into the interface, press and hold top left corner. Now, you want to switch to CarPlay. If you have CarPlay, or Android Auto if you have Android phone. You can use an extension cable like this to extend your USB from the interface. From here you can route it because you have everything open to inside your center console, and then you can plug in different cables, or you can just buy long lightning cable like we did. Let me show you. We have a really long lightning cable. As you can see, this cable is very long. This is the lightning cable because we're only going to be using an iPhone. This is a very long cable. Or if you're planning to use HDMI for mirroring, if you want to watch like YouTube or any other apps, also route HDMI inside your center console for factory look and feel. Or you can get one of these things. It's even better. We have them available. This is HDMI and USB 2-in-1 with very long cable. So you can see it has a super long cable, right? And you just install it. This way you will have HDMI and USB can install in your center console, or drill into the center console, and you will have it. So we know that interface is working. We can switch to the menu. You can proceed to testing all the features. The features testing obviously in the beginning of the video. You have your CarPlay or Android Auto connected. So in CarPlay mode, you want to go on like tuner radio. This is your recent applications. You have a audio, so you know it's all touchscreen, just like it would be factory. Let's go into music. Let's see. Let's go into podcast. Let's go to trending. ABC radio, doesn't matter. And you want to make sure you hear the radio. So we can see the radio. About 30 seconds forward.
He's incredible, isn't he?
And change the radio station.
Russian interference in the past, and we know it's an issue, but I don't understand why no one's talking about it now.
So we know we have the audio from auxiliary.
From on-point sponsor Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, introducing rate shield approval.
So
if you qualify,
now
if rates go
we
up,
know that everything
your
is
rate
working,
stays
and
the
we can
same.
go ahead
But if rates
and put
go
the car
down,
together
your rate also drops.
and basically test rest of the features. If you want to see rest of the features, go back to the radio, but the installation is complete. Neatly put everything and reinstall your radio, reinstall the panel, hide the interface after you screw everything in, test everything one more time. But we know your installation is proper, we know we connect all the wires correctly, we know our audio is working, we know we can switch back and forth, and that completes our installation.
Thank you for watching. Please click the logo on the left-hand side to subscribe to the channel. Subscriptions work on smartphones, tablets, and computers. Please like the video and leave a comment. If you'd like to watch another video, please click the link on the right-hand side.